Hello everyone, welcome back to Spar&Brawl. Hope you're having a decent day. As always, I'm joined by my co-host Sam, and there seem to have been some clashes, and now there's actually a new ceasefire between Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan. So Sam is going to tell us a little bit, give us the latest with the ceasefire and some context and what has been going on in the past few days and weeks.
Sure. Well, the events really evolved very quickly there, so we didn't get to cover them as they went on, to be honest. But right now, we can report that both sides agreed to pull their forces back just days after fighting killed a number of people on both sides. And they've agreed to pull back their forces into their bases from the border area. So the conflict was between Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan, and the issue started over a water supply plant. Basically, there was a water supply plant that Tajikistan claims belongs to it, with some from the reports I read in German and Iranian newspapers, with certain level of with some evidence. But Kyrgyzstan also claims that water supply plant, but I don't think they have much evidence on their side. So that was the issue that caused the local people to get into a fight, and then the army personnel started shooting at each other. This area where the conflict took place is a border area between Tajikistan and Kyrgyzstan, but this border area is basically a thin strip of land that separates Tajikistan from one of its exclaves within Kyrgyzstan. Exclave is basically a part of a country within another country, Vorukh. Basically, it's kind of like the Nagorno-Karabakh situation where we covered that, there is a bit of Tajikistani land inside of Kyrgyzstan as a country, and there's a tiny strip of land that separates them, and this water supply was right there. Kyrgyzstan officially reported that 33 people have died and more than 130 people have been injured. Tajikistan has not officially announced the number of people that have died or got injured, but the independent news agencies have confirmed that at least 15 people have died from the Tajikistani side. The ceasefire today, by the way, comes after a ceasefire that was reached 2 days ago. So the troops were supposed to be pulled back 2 days ago from the border to their bases, but that didn't happen. So the tensions remain somewhat high. Everybody's hopeful. Kazakhstani president, which is the biggest neighbor in that region, their biggest neighbor, he expressed hope for peace. Iran, Afghanistan, a lot of countries have offered to mediate between the two nations. So it seems that it's hopefully it has died down and things have calmed down, but there is still a chance, obviously, that things might flare up again.
Okay, all right, interesting. So you were saying which of them, Tajikistan or Kyrgyzstan, has a more legitimate claim over the water supply plant?
For the water supply for Tajikistan.
Okay.
And interestingly, I watched a video on YouTube. There are a couple of them that compare their military forces. It seems that even though it seems overall Tajikistan has the higher hand if it comes down to military, although they are very similar. Like, I think the active personnel for Kyrgyzstan is something around 11,000 people, while the active personnel for Tajikistan is around 29,000 people. Not much different. Or for example, I think Tajikistan has about 120 rockets, and Kyrgyzstan has about 25. So it's not I mean, uh, you can make a direct comparison because there are areas where Kyrgyzstan is stronger. But it's their military. Tajikistan might have a slight edge in terms of military. But both nations, I must say, their spokesperson, they met in uh, Bishkek, if I'm not mispronouncing it, in Kyrgyzstan, and the heads of both negotiating committees said that we are committed to the friendship between two nations and all that. So it seems positive.
Yeah, that's good. So hopefully there won't be any more killings or casualties. And did the regional powers, was it long enough for regional powers to get involved or take any sides, make any statements or anything like that?
Russia, Iran, and China, they all sort of expressed sort of hope that things will calm down and things will go back to normal. But no, it didn't really. It evolved or devolved into that level of tension because yeah, they quickly resolved it. So
Okay, nice. Thank you for this concise overview and background. Anything else to add? I guess ceasefire happened yesterday, not a recording, so we'll have to see how that holds.
yeah, no, nothing much except just the trivia. Maybe Tajikistan is probably the only other Persian-speaking country besides Iran and Afghanistan. So
Okay.
that's the only other country that the Persian is the official language.
All right. Okay. Super interesting. And on that note, if anybody has
It's a
anything
fun
to add
picture.
in the comment section, please do so. If not, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in our next video. Thank you.